Hello and welcome to the Ruby and Roses channel. My name is Addie and I am the yarn dyer and creator behind Ruby and Roses yarn. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of everything. As you can see, I am surrounded by cardboard. There is cardboard mountains everywhere I look. We have all of the Advents getting packaged up over here. We have some cardboard that's left to be assembled. And I'm also surrounded by all of these individually packaged candles that are getting ready to head out in your Advent calendars. Today's video is going to be super fun. I do a video like this every year around this time, and it is going to be my Advent spoiler video. So I get a lot of emails every year, and I know quite a few of you want to purchase the Advent calendar but really don't like surprises, and every year it's just a little bit too intimidating to purchase 24 mini skeins, which is a high price point with such a large surprise factor. So if that is you, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to be sharing everything that will come in your 2022 Christmas Advent calendar. However, if you've purchased it already and you're obsessed with surprises like I am, then feel free to skip to this timestamp if you want to see the end of this video, which is going to be super fun. I included some time-lapse videos and just some really fun behind the scenes of me and my team packaging the Advent this year. It was super fun, and it's been an incredible blessing to have their help through this busiest time of the business for me. Yeah, there's just so much to be done, so many little parts of the Advent that are all handmade, which are pretty time consuming. So I showed a little bit of that process and some of the fun packaging that I'm using. But anyway, skip down to this timestamp if you want all of your surprises to remain and want to see a little bit of behind the scenes footage. But back to the surprises. So if you are wanting to look at the Advent before purchasing one, I will go ahead and flip the screen around and show you all 24 one-of-a-kind mini skeins that I dyed specifically for my 2022 Advent palette, as well as the 100 gram full skein in fingering weight. And I'm also going to be sharing what my design looks like, all laid out in all of its glory, all of the little design elements that have my heart singing. And I'm also going to be talking briefly about the candle, sort of describing the scent and why I find it so heavenly. So without further ado, let's get started. I hope this video has a little bit of everything for those of you that are watching, and whatever you're here for, I hope that this video will tick all the boxes for you. But without further ado, let's get started because Advent is my favorite time of year. I love being able to be a part of your Christmas season and supply something that will hopefully bring you so much joy during this time. Here is the entire Advent laid out. You're seeing all 24 one-of-a-kind colorways, as well as the full 100 gram skein that I think matches it beautifully. This has been my third year offering Christmas Advents in the shop, and it's always such a special time to dye this collection of color in the form of yarn. This year I had two options available, and there are still some in the shop of each option. One option will include 24 20 gram mini skeins with a total yardage of 2,088 yards. The second option will feature this 100 gram skein, which makes the total yardage 2,518 yards, which would be so much yarn for a project. The possibilities are truly endless. The entire collection is dyed on my soft rose base, which is fingering weight, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. Since it's a 4-ply, it makes for a very versatile base. As you can see, all of these colorways are very unique and extremely layered. I loved making them one of a kind to the core, something that was very cohesive, and it all flows together throughout the collection. I wanted you to be able to knit with the entire Advent in one project should you wish, or you could also knit 25 individual items, which I think would also be a fun alternative. As you probably know, since I talked about it so much in my past videos, I have designed a mystery knit-along pattern to go with the entire Advent. I will talk a little bit more about that later in the video, but needless to say, I think these sets of colors are going to work up so beautifully in the design. The entire Advent is packaged in my iconic red and green bags. They are velvet and so beautiful. I've used them every year and plan to always use them in the future. They are hand stamped with the day they are designed to be opened on to make it effortlessly planned to hopefully take you from day 1 to day 25. You guys absolutely loved the packaging I used last year, and like I said, I always want to use it. And each option, whether you choose the full skein or just the minis, they will come with a custom candle created by Wax and Wool. I love their brand so much and have been a huge fan of theirs since day one. I always have a Wax and Wool candle burning in my apartment because it just has the most incredible scents. It was so much fun working with her to create a scent that represents all the cozy and magical feels of Christmas to me, and I just had so much fun combining all of my favorite scents that are must-haves during this time of year. Personally, I am so excited to knit on this Advent while enjoying this incredible candle. And all of these 25 colorways are just from colors that have been circulating around in my head that I really love to save for this time of year. There's just something so special about making such a cohesive palette. This color in particular just turned out to be so Christmassy to me. I love all the reds and greens, along with that little hint of sky blue that sort of makes it not altogether completely Christmas, but this one is my absolute favorite from the entire Advent. I am 100% going to be creating this into a full skein colorway in one of my upcoming collections for 2023. That hint of blush pink just really sets off the greens and blues, along with that little touch of steel gray. And for those of you that have seen my Instagram posts of the palette where I drew most of the inspiration for this Advent, I didn't draw all of it, but it was definitely the groundwork for each of the colorways. And it was really fun because it is very pastel, and that's not my typical vibe, but I definitely incorporated that delicate look on a few of the colorways. Yet the bold, saturated jewel tones that were featured in that palette, I definitely used, and some of them turned out to be my favorites. Like this one right here is one that, again, I fell in love with when I dyed it up. It has layer upon layers of blue. So just to give you an idea of how many layers of blue, it has a total of 4 times the amount of blue dye that I would typically use per 300 grams of yarn. I loved it so much that the day before my vacation to Maine, I decided to dye up a little bit for the shop as well as a sweater quantity for myself. So if you would like to purchase that previous colorway as a full skein, then I will have it linked down below. I decided to name it Stormy Shore after Maine and its beautiful coastline. But enough on that, back to Advent talk. This one is like a really deep purple, and I love how it fades into this bright, like almost springtime color. This is one that reminded me a bit of right after Christmas and winter comes to a close, that beautiful ending that progresses into the flowers and all of the spring. And this one is so fun because it has flashes of hot pink, really dark crimson red that has blue overtones to make purple sections and just really electric chunks. Then it of course goes into this next one that's more jewel tone, and it features one of my favorite color pairings, which is that cranberry purple with that little bit of rusty orange. Such a perfect combo. And it will fade into such a fun hot pink to finish off the Advent calendar. And after that, this is day 24. I've already shared with you day 25 at the beginning because I wanted to have you get a feel for what the complementary skein will look like. As a grand finale, it is time to showcase the pattern that I designed. This took so much time and so much love and care, but it was totally worth it because it turned out just the way that I wanted. Just so many complex stitches, but a lot of really mindless lace and some enjoyable textured stitch pattern, and then of course some twisted stockinette because I just think it shows the colorways so well. I also designed each colorway to really suit the pattern it will be worked up in. I hope you love the sample I made. I used some of the 20 gram minis collections that are still in the shop. But I also wanted to let you know that if you somehow would love to purchase the pattern but aren't really interested in the Advent collection, then I would recommend clicking the link down below. It will take you directly to my Ravelry store where you can pre-order the pattern. So it will launch November 14th, but as of now you can just download the first 2 introductory pages. After November 14th, the entire pattern will be released and you can knit along with us throughout the Advent season with the pattern. I wanted to take a moment to spotlight the brioche border because this was so much work to get that angle just perfect, but man, it is so satisfying. I love this design element so much. So that is it for what is coming in your advent calendar. I hope you enjoy a few little behind the scenes clips of Advent packaging. It is such a long process, but I'm truly blessed with the employees that I have and all of their help.
Let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling. Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. This Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling.
I hope you enjoyed this video and that it got you even more excited for Advent this year. I had so much fun showing you the palette and just getting to share my work with you, things that I've been working on for so long now. And I would love to know in the comments, please let me know your favorite Advent patterns that you've been seeing lately, or just what you plan to make with Advent this year if you're not wanting to knit along with the shawl. I'm probably not going to be knitting along on my own pattern because I've already designed one and knit one myself, but I am always on the lookout for new Advent patterns, or just to spread some inspiration in the comments is always really fun. But I also wanted to mention that if you have not yet purchased your Christmas Advent calendar, there is only 20% left of all that I've dyed this year. So once they're gone, they are gone. These colors will never be coming back. They're completely one of a kinds. I included so many different layers of colors on them that I wouldn't even begin to know where to duplicate them. And yeah, that's the fun of Advent, is they're all one of a kind. All of these are really special colorways that are never going to be coming back, as well as the candle and all of that fun stuff. So be sure to click the link down below if you want to purchase your Advent calendar this year before they sell out. And thank you all so much for your support. And for those of you that have already purchased one, this is, like I said, my favorite time of year, and I'm always just like in awe of your support and how much you trust me as an artist to create 25 colors for you that you don't know what they look like, and it's just, yeah, really special to me. So thank you so much for your support, and until next time, bye.